You're going to be tested in your marriage while you're running a career. You're going to be tested with your family while you're chasing your dreams. Arnold was going to win Mr. Universe. A few days before his father dies, he tells his mom, I can't make it to the funeral because my dad, if he's watching over me, he wants me to pursue my dreams. I'm going to win Mr. Universe. This doesn't mean he doesn't love his dad. He goes, he wins, Weeder figures him out, becomes Mr. Olympia, governor. In those moments of the decisions we make, those are moments where you're measuring your toughness. You ever hear people calling someone soft? What is soft? You've heard that before. How do you define soft? Soft is someone that doesn't have a backbone. Soft is someone when they're cornered and push comes to shove, they quit. Soft is somebody that declares their intentions. Here's what I'm going to do, world. But then when it gets tough, they say, no, I'm going to quit and take the easy way out. Do you understand like how bad of a thing it is to be called soft? But a lot of people are soft. There were many times in life where in my mind, I was about to choose the soft decision. So if you're watching this right now saying, how does that relate to me? Ask yourself, how do you react when tough times show up? How do you react when you have your pain? How do you do under pressure? Every single time you escape pressure and you say, well, the next time it happens, I'm not going to run. No, that's not how this thing works. So if you say, well, this didn't work out, I'm going to go to the next thing, you're going to do the same thing again and again. One night I come home, started my company for a few months already, probably 11 months. I come home, we're pregnant, my wife's pregnant, we're expecting our first, it's exciting times. And I come home, my wife's in bed, tears, miscarriage, she had a miscarriage. My checking account's down to $13,000, but I have nothing else. I go outside, I'm walking around, I'm about to lose everything. 2 competitors came to my office that week and they told me, how's it gonna feel knowing when you lose everything and all of these people followed you, you ruined their dreams because of the decision you made. How's that gonna feel, huh? One guy came into my office, I'll never forget this guy. Came into my office and he told this to my face. I said, you wanna come here and tell this to my face on my turf, on my property? Yeah. I asked the guy to leave. You know what's funny? 9 years later, he called me and said, can I work for your insurance? Same guy that said I'm gonna go out of business, 9 years later, he came to me. It's what happens when you say, I am not moving or shaking. There's a certain mindset to that.
You have the right to be able to say, I'm going home. I don't care what it looked like. But man, if I could just turn the key and shut the door and be in my house, that's just a moment of relief. I didn't have that. It put a determination in me too, because I was determined. I was determined to be something. I got nowhere to go except up. I might as well keep hustling. I was in comedy. I just wasn't making nothing. One time I drove to the house in Cleveland. I finally got enough money. I drove to the house in Cleveland and everybody was gone. I didn't see my kids for almost 2 years. There's times I felt like giving up. My motivation was, I was just exhausted from poverty. I was sick of living in my car. I was sick of not having money. Somebody sent me a plaque one time that said, if you're going through hell, why stop there? You just gotta fight through, man. You gotta bite back sometime. It taught me determination, man. I'm a really, really determined person. It also taught me that no matter what happens to you, it ain't over. As long as God wakes you up, that means he ain't through with you yet. And he kept waking me up. I just kept asking. It drew me closer to him because I had nothing else. He had to take everything from me to get my undivided attention. So he took everything from me. And I had nothing but him. I got real strong in that car.
If you're going to fulfill your destiny, you have to have a made-up mind that no matter what comes against you, you're going to keep pressing forward looking for your next victory. You have to have a backbone made of steel. You have to have a warrior mentality. God did not create us to give up when it gets hard. You have victory in your DNA. I will not give up on my dreams. I'm going to become everything God's created me to be, and I'm going to have everything God intended for me to have. And if you will shake off the self-pity, then God will not only bring you out, but He's promised He will bring you out better off than you were before.
Don't judge where your situation is right now, even if you don't have any evidence to the contrary.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, he can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
Listen to me, a true hunter, watch me, a true hunter is wired differently. Listen to me, what makes a gazelle is how he's wired. When the gazelle sees the lion because of how he's wired, he automatically, fear takes over. The lion, let him go. It's no fun in that, he's already dead. Right, for real, there's some of you, there are opportunities that you're like, it's too difficult, nobody can do it. You're not wired properly. The lion welcomes the challenge. As a matter of fact, they don't get excited unless it is a challenge. E.T., man, you're just so positive, everything in your life, man, you just got it going on. Not even a year ago, went to the doctor's office with my wife, said we found 7 lesions on your brain. I'll be honest with you guys, when they first told us she had 7 lesions on the brain, she didn't break a sweat, but then they said you're gonna have to stop working until we find out what it is. So the disease didn't bother her, but the fact that you can't hunt anymore, that bothered her. So my wife looks at me and says, what now? I said, we can, we will, we must. Oh, I'm wired differently. I didn't start crying. I didn't say, why me? I'm not hurting anybody. Why me? I'm wired differently. That's what lions do. Lions don't cry. Lions don't quit. Lions hunt. And if you are a true lion, it does not make a difference what the circumstances is. It's a recession. Guess what? It's showtime.
Y'all ain't listening to me. See, y'all think I'm some rich boy talking to y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at me. I come from the bottom. I didn't flush a toilet till I was 5 years old. We didn't have running water. You can be anything you put your mind to.
You can decide that you're going to stand up to life. You have the power to make that decision. I'm going to empower me. And all of these things that are happening to me right now, they're just temporary inconveniences. They're not stronger than I am. And so all you're looking for are new breakthroughs through practice and practice. You'll get better and better and better. And there's still some things that will happen to you that will catch you on the blind side. You'll get knocked down, but you won't be knocked out.
Listen to me very closely. That dream that you have, that money that you want, if you're going to make it happen, you're going to have to be wired differently.
Chadwick Boseman just died. Guy had colon cancer, none of us knew about it. Let me get this straight. He's had colon cancer for 4 years and the world doesn't know about it? Aren't we living in a time where you're supposed to expose all your problems at any given moment? Well, Chadwick Boseman says, no, it's none of your business. It's my problem. It's my pain. Never use it as an excuse to not make those movies. Never showed hurt. Just like the other day, I was doing some interview with somebody and the guy was asking me questions, said, what do I need to do to get a promotion? I said, you know, I don't know if you are going to be here long-term with us. He says, why not? I said, because every time I look at your face, it looks like the end of the world is here. And we've asked you why, and you seem like, you know, there's no problems. Why would somebody want to be around somebody like that for too long? And you want a promotion? So again, going back to this guy here, Chadwick Boseman, 4 years has colon cancer, no one knows about it. He's going to the doctor, but he doesn't advertise his pain. Sometimes it's just good not to advertise your pain. I'm not telling you don't talk about it with a group of people, but the way people are doing it right now, posting everything on Instagram, all this other stuff, what's the point behind it? You need attention? Is that what you need? Mental toughness people are not looking for attention. You know, life is going to test you every freaking day. You could have 1 week, the best week of your life. Next week, something dramatic happens. I don't know why life works this way. It just does. Sometimes, here's what you think. You think in the moment you are the only person that's going through it. It's a problem, by the way. When I was in debt $49,000 and sat down with my dad, I said, I'm in debt $49,000. I want you to bail me out. He says, I'm going to give you the best lesson of your life. I said, what's that? He says, I'm not paying off your debt. You know what he did to me? I couldn't stand it what he did to me.